Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to show you how to make stamps out of these foam sheets that you can buy from Walmart, a big pack for, I don't know, $2 and some change. And what I did was I just cut them up and as big as I want my stamp to be. And then the only thing you need to do is to draw your pattern on your foam. This is not the time to do doodling because you want to make patterns that will create a lot of interest on your artwork. So I was thinking of doing like circles. So I'm going to do circles and just with the pencil, really dig into that foam, because the deeper your image is, the better your stamps are going to look. So for this, I'm going to use my journal, my art journal. Okay, you guys should have art journals at home that I sent with you guys. And I just have this craft mat right here. You can use paper plates or whatever you want to use to spread your paint on it. So here I have like these old paints I got it from a garage sale. I have had them for years. So as you can see, there's like crustiness there. So for this one, I'm going to use several different colors just to give it a little interest on my art journal page. Let's see how old these paints are. They're still okay. So what I'll do, and I didn't do this in class because there's just so little time in that class that I can't really cover everything. So you want to try to, in here I picked a dark color, but if you're going to do layers and draw on top of your background, which normally you would, don't choose a really dark color, but just for the camera's sake, I'm using dark colors so you can see better. So I'm gonna take my brayer. This is a brayer. You can also use paint foams, you know, the one that rolls like this, or you can use those flat foam paint brushes, the ones that you can buy for really cheap at Walmart. Or you can also use, I wouldn't use paint brushes because paint will get into your crevices. So you want a flat. You could probably even use a credit card just to spread on the surface of the stamp. So I'm going to just go ahead and take some, not too much, because you don't want the paint to sink into your image. So okay, now I picked a red and a blue, and obviously they're coordinating colors. Even if they mix together, you're gonna get a purple. So let's see, take this, make sure your areas are very protective. You can also put some gloves on. I normally put gloves on, but for this reason I won't. So here's my my blank art journal page, and I'm just going to lay it on top. And I'm just going to flatten it with the palm of my hand. Now, if you use your fingers, you're gonna have a finger image on your stamp. So I kind of want to rub it a little bit, and voila. So there's still some paint left in there, so you can do a really sort of a lighter image. All right, so for however much money these foams are, you can get a bunch of stamps out of them. And the great part of it is that you're gonna get your own personally designed stamp. So here I'm going to lay yellow. If you want, you can also either wash this, but just rub it a little bit under the water so it doesn't mess with your indentation. Or you can take a paper towel and just remove most of that paint. So you can go on to your lighter color. I made a mistake and used the blue, which I am now regretting because I should have started with a lighter color. So I'm your guinea pig, and I make the mistakes, and then you get to benefit from that so you don't do it at home. And the more layers you put on your artwork, the better your artwork will look. Just because layers give it a lot of interest. Then I'm just gonna take my paintbrush and maybe go over some of these negative spaces on the white, and maybe just put some yellows on top of that. Okay, you can go farther than this. You can do an image of a flower or a heart. It's up to you, whatever you like. And ooh, that's really strong. On top of this layers, you can do that. And then with a marker, or you can also, you can keep using acrylic paints. It's up to you. But I like markers because the markers in your classroom, like these, they have a very transparent look to them. Okay, make sure that your work, this whole thing is dry. You can dry it with a hair dryer or something, or just air dry it if you want. But there's a transparent characteristic to the markers, and I'll show you that. And actually the sample that I have in class is gonna be the same. So see how you can still see the image underneath that. If I do this, you can still see the image underneath. The stamp is not gone forever, but now you have another image on top of that. Okay, so you can do that. I'm not gonna make a flower, I'm just gonna make circles, and I'm just going to imitate the circles that I have on the stamp. So the blue will cover and darken most of that, but you can still see underneath the image of your stamp. You can still see some of that pattern underneath there. It makes it very, very interesting. Okay. Then you can also use pink, because pink and red are complementary to each other. See, that's beautiful. You can go as far as making interesting patterns, repeated patterns. There you go. Don't forget to sign your work. That's it. You can also put messages like, let's see, happy, joy, love, was caring. Bold. Great. And whatever else you want. I can't think of two more. But make sure that they're positive, because positive reinforcement is better for you in your life. So that's it. All from a stamp like this. Hope you loved it. Thank you and have a great day.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble.